First of all, good morning, people. And if you're blessed to be alive, you're blessed to hear the sound of my voice, and I'm blessed to be able to let you hear it. Now, I'm on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel, obviously. I never ask anybody to subscribe. I just make a video here and there to give my opinion about stuff, or about the Camaro, about the cars. Yams, aka, I'm still trying to adjust this damn phone. Yams, aka C Cypher, which I get from my little 5% community. Nickname is Coco, so I C Cypher, so I'll break it down to CO, which is Co. And I used to be a CO. But I watched some of these videos. Like, I watched about these young men that got pulled over like 5 times on their motorcycles. And I think one of them couldn't understand why they kept getting pulled over. And the point I tried to make on their channel was, it can't be the cops. If you're getting pulled over every time you go to a different township, the cops aren't going to call the township and be like, yeah, look out for, we just pulled some guys over, look out for them. They got other stuff to do. But I tried to make the point of, if you're getting pulled over multiple times, I don't care if it's in a car or in a motorcycle, there has to be something you're doing to draw these cops' attention. Where I am, I'm sitting in my police headquarters, it's too busy. You know, unless you did some outlandish shit, it's too busy just to be pulling somebody over for no reason. We have body-worn cameras, which people wanted. And yeah, if you had some asshole cops, it kind of keeps them in line, but also asshole people, because people as a whole can be assholes. I don't care if you're a cop, firefighter, or you sweep up trash outside. We're all human. We're all flawed. But somebody said, oh yeah, of course it can't be the cops. And it just pisses me off. It pisses me off that people just, it's always the cops. No matter what's going on, it's always the cops. There's nothing, nobody wants to look in the mirror and say, maybe it's me. Now, I didn't ride with these young men, so I can only go by what I seen on the video. But what's really, really, really killing me is, and I hate to even say killing me, we just had a mass shooting. Yes, we're in Philly. I know they just had one in Baltimore. When this guy, I'm assuming, had some type of mental problems, because he came out, and from what we heard, he was wearing body-worn armor, and he came out and he just spazzed out. I've been through some mental stuff, you know, job-related, home-related, and it is what it is. It's life. You know, I always say life is a science project was kind of off of the Wu-Tang song I listened to, where life in a science project. I believe that's what they say. But I always say life is a science project, and you can take that any way you want to take it. But all of this stuff is science, from how we breathe, how we think, electrical pulses going through your head. Everything is science related. You know, if you break it down, from being hungry to being thirsty, everything is scientifically can be explained. Most things can be explained scientifically. It's science. So I go with science. Life is a science project. Whose project it is, who knows? People want to say God, and you know, whatever, aliens, but it's a science project. And we have to learn how to navigate ourselves through this science project. And whether it's something positive you've done, whether it's something negative you've done, I always say, what do we learn? What do we learn from that? I've made mistakes in my life. I'm sure anybody who's listened to the sound of my voice has made mistakes in their life. That's a part of growing. It's a part of learning. It's a part of maturing. Some things you've done positive. Some things you've done are negative. And the positive things could have a negative effect, but most of the time they have a positive effect. And negative always tends to have some type of negative effect. But to flip it on some other stuff, I'm 48. I've been listening to hip hop / rap, whatever you want to call it, since rap came out. It was 80s, late 70s, 80s, I don't know. Billy Joel sound like he's rapping to me on one of his songs. What I'm not understanding with us is we make these songs that glamorize the hood, glamorize homicides, how cut off for me. We have to talk about how tough we are, how we are in these streets, how we don't take nothing from anybody, how that's how we get respect. And I'm a little confused now as I get older. Are we supposed to be these street thug dudes, or are we supposed to be positive role models to the young black men and women that's coming up after us? And if you're glamorizing going to jail, you know, if you're glamorizing how tough you have to be out on these streets, we make it tough on each other. Where if you look at somebody the wrong way, it could be something. My man just lost his cousin over some type of business transaction, legal, and this boy was a cool dude, and something about payment or something, it turned into something else, and like that, he's shot in the face, and he's dead. You know, I just don't understand our mentality. You know, our history in this country and how we were brought over here alone should have us sticking together. But I've lost friends, I've lost co-workers, black and white, to these streets. And we're the most intelligent things, I think, on this planet. And it's a gift and a curse. You know, we're smart enough to know what we're doing, but we're dumb enough to do some things anyway when we know it's wrong. You know, we're not like animals where we go off of instinct. I just don't understand it. I don't understand all this gunplay. And right after we had this mass shooting, which also injured some kids and a toddler, I believe, we had another shooting right down the street and around the corner where husband and wife was killed in front of their door. But we glamorize this stuff. We make it seem like that's cooler than going to college. You know, I tell all people all the time, we're short in the police department. Come on and join us. Instead of complaining about policing, get involved with it. Because that's what I was told. Don't complain. Get involved with it and change what you don't like from the inside. No, nothing that the police department teaches you is going to fundamentally make you do the wrong thing. Or, as they say, sell out people in your own community. What I have an issue with is we have more opportunities now than ever before. So it's an excuse when you want to go out there and sell drugs in your own community and put that negativity out there that just causes more negativity. Scientifically, negative plus negative is equal negative. It's going to equal negative. So what's so hard about, even if you do get in a beef with somebody, look fam, we disagree, shake hands, I see you tomorrow. Or we agree, shake hands, I see you tomorrow. It's not hard. We don't have to bust somebody's ass, as they say, to get this hood respect. You get hood respect by building your hood up. I come outside of my police district and I sweep up. I don't live around here, but I hate seeing the trash. And I also always tell people, when you come outside and you sweep up your community, it's not up to the city to sweep up where you live at when they come through with the trucks and all of that. We shouldn't even need that. Come outside and sweep in front of your door. Go up and down the street and sweep, because that builds pride in where you live at. When you can come outside and say, damn, this block is clean, I did that. Or this block is clean, we did that. We don't have that. I just see people tossing trash on the ground because they have no respect for where they live at. And that's a part of why the hood is the way it is. Because bottom line, you don't really have pride in where you live at. You just want your hood to be grimy and have this type of, yeah, I'm from Southwest, don't come down here. Well, I'm from Brooklyn, we don't play around. I'm from Harlem, we don't play around. I'm from Milwaukee, we don't play around. Play around with what? These are people just like you. They got families and all that. When you see these little kids, you look out for them. When you see the senior citizen next door, you look out for him. I gave an older white lady a ride to the hospital because she didn't know where it was. You know, that's out of the kindness of your heart. It didn't matter what color she was. I seen an older lady who needed help. When we used to come up here to Northeast Philadelphia, they used to say, nigga, go home. We don't want you around here. And I couldn't understand it because I wasn't one of them type of dudes. But now that you have minorities that moved into the neighborhoods, and not to say that there already wasn't white stuff going on around here, people getting stabbed, you got drugs being dealt at Kensington and Allegheny, which is one of the worst, if not the worst place in the country. You can see that on YouTube. But I couldn't understand why they didn't want us in the neighborhood. Now I know. We brought the property value down. I don't care what anybody say. You get upset with me and say I'm selling out, or what about white? I'm not talking about what anybody else. I'm talking about what we do. We got shootings up here like crazy, and it's not white on white and it's not white on black. The worst thing I ever had a white person tell me was call me a nigger and tell me to go back to where I live at. Do I need to name all the stuff my own people did to me, including trying to kill me? I didn't sell drugs. I wasn't doing anything wrong. Waiting at the bus stop coming from high school, my hat gets snatched off, and I turn around, there's a whole bunch of black kids handing my hat to each other. Seeing my cousin get shot in Logan, I say, yo, I'll be right back. I'm going to get a cheesesteak. Next thing I know, I come back. I don't even get there. I don't even get halfway down the block. I hear a gunshot. He's flipping around on the ground. It's like 10 people standing out there. Of course, my cousin get hit. You know, he's been locked up before, too. Now he owns his own barbershop. So he lived and he learned. What did we learn? He wasn't out there. He was out there hanging with his friends. He wasn't selling drugs or trying to hurt anybody. Somebody rode up, tried to rob him. He got shot. And I think he got shot for protecting his homies. So he became the target. So we need to look in the mirror, stop blaming politics, stop blaming the hood, stop blaming we don't have opportunities. That's why I'm not mad at the whole affirmative action thing, because we have more opportunity now than we've ever had. Plenty of black men and women in college now. My daughter's about to be a teacher. So what's the difference between her and somebody else? It's the decisions you make. That's the difference. If you want to act like a hood person and run around like a hood person, you're going to get hood results. But if you put your mind to something and say, this is what I'm going to do, and ain't nobody going to fucking stop me from doing it, white, black, cops, or whoever, then that's what you're going to do. All you got to do is put your mind and your heart to it. So that's all I got, man. Yam/C Cypher. Stop blaming everybody else. Stop blaming white people. Stop blaming the hood, because we make what the hood is. The hood ain't even got to be a hood. If we get out in our neighborhoods, I don't care how poor it is, and take care of it. Like coming outside and sweeping up the trash. Small things like that. Build pride in your community. Build pride in your neighborhood. And that sticks in your head when you come outside and see your block is clean and you did that, not the city. We ain't doing nothing as cops. We ain't doing pad stops anymore. We barely do car stops because that's what the people wanted. They didn't want us doing all of this stuff anymore. And the neighborhood got worse. You need people to know that the cops are out here trying to enforce the law. And if we stop somebody and they have a gun on them, we might have saved somebody's life. If we stop somebody and they're just a law-abiding citizen, you give them your stuff and, hey, thanks for complying, send them on their way. I don't care if the cops stop me, because I know the goal is to make sure the streets are safe. Stop these kids and these babies from getting shot almost every fucking day in Philly at least. I know what's going on in Chicago and all these other places. We control that. Look in the mirror and say, what am I going to do different today that I didn't do yesterday to make myself and my neighborhood better? Get with your homies. I don't care how corny it sounds. Yo, let's go out. Meet me tomorrow at 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's go out here and sweep up the block. You'd be surprised who might be with it. Or if they see you out there doing it, damn, if he can do it, I can do it. My nickname is Coco. Everybody call me Coke. And people who first meet me think they call me that because that's what I'm doing. And I tell them my name is Coke. Don't smoke, don't sell it. But if you do, I'll let you tell it. So I'm sitting in my Camaro. This is from hard work. This ain't from selling drugs. This is from hard work. CO. PO. I used to work at PECO, Pennsylvania Electric Company, installing meters. I went to computer school. I did everything to keep me off the blocks. And my man Khalik, who mom started Mothers in Charge, he came home from college, parked in a parking spot. Somebody told him, you can't park there. He parked there the next day and they shot and killed him. So happy belated birthday to Khalik. Rest in peace, brother. We still love you. But we are our worst fucking enemy. Us, black people. It ain't the cops, it ain't white people, it's us. When I got shot at 11th and Cumberland down North Philly, all I heard was them bullets. Pew! Because the bullets travel faster than the sound. So I didn't even know I was getting shot at first.